Welcome to The Bond. The Bond is about forming deeper customer connections in marketing and sales. In snack-size episodes, we'll help leaders realise their ambitions with greater customer relevance, authenticity and capability.
Welcome to The Bond, our podcast for growing your sales through transforming your digital marketing. So we touched on AI in our last podcast, and we wanted to delve deeper again with you on AI and marketing because there have been advancements since we last talked, and Stu and I were really excited about AI and marketing, and so wanted to have a chat with you.
Hi Im, how are you?
Hi Stu, good. How are you?
Good.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is a great topic. I'm looking forward to discussing it today. Look, I want to say a few things about AI from the outset, and that is for people like you and I, and for our audience, for small businesses. AI is about unlocking productivity. Over a long period of time now, technology's been doing just that. It's enabling us to do more with the amount of time that we've got available to us. It helps us to get ahead and stay competitive, but equally, if we don't keep up with technological change, we can fall behind. And AI is that on steroids. It's changing very rapidly. So that's the first point. How can we get AI, train AI, use AI in a way that's really useful to us? Forget this. The monsters are taking over the world. Well, don't forget it. That's actually an issue. But for us today, it's not. We're just trying to use this tool in a way that's really useful to us. So what do you want to do? Do you want to create content? AI can help you to do that better. Do you want to get insights into the data you've got? AI can help you do that better. Do you want to create automations? AI can help you do that better and faster. It's how you use it really unlocks this advantage. I'm not using AI to replace me. No. It's just not, it's just, you can't yet. How I am using it is to do parts of my job faster, unlock time for me.
Absolutely. And we're certainly not alone. So a recent survey by SurveyMonkey has said that 88% of marketers are using AI daily now. So no surprises there. And PwC have also acknowledged that it can reduce time to market by 50%. And that's just speaks to that efficiency story, doesn't it? Of getting the insights faster, creating the content faster, and getting it out to market faster.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to talk about a recent article that we've published around HubSpot and our experience with HubSpot and how it is powering the future of AI in marketing. So we, Point & Consulting, have used HubSpot since 2017, and it has evolved its AI applications vastly since then, especially in this last year.
Yeah, how time flies. That's 7 or 8 years now using HubSpot, and it is an amazing tool, a central CRM with hubs that ride on top of that for marketing, for sales execution, for service. And the advancement of HubSpot has been built around, all of these hubs that help business to have a single view of customer and create a really great customer experience and a really great user experience for those people using HubSpot tools to do their jobs. Part of the advancement has been an automation. That is us setting up repeatable steps using computer automation to enhance productivity. And now AI, as I said earlier on, is really putting that whole idea on steroids. So of course, we can do the GPT style thing and use it to come up with initial drafts of content and help us to produce written content more quickly. But it can do a whole lot more than that. Another thing that AI is great at is looking at huge chunks of unstructured data. So you imagine a CRM, you've got all the information about customers, all of their engagements with your business on a day-to-day basis, all of our people's interactions with our customers and the different types of things that they're doing. And you can't sit down and analyze every single one of those things individually, but AI can help you do that and draw insights out of that are really quite meaningful. So that's a massive change in our ability to really understand more clearly the themes about the way customer behavior is changing, how segments are emerging within our audiences, things like that will help us to go to market faster and more in a way that's more relevant to individual groups of people.
Absolutely. And if we look at it from the marketing programs that we deploy, the insights that we gain back through the data and the reporting, which we have a habit with our clients of analyzing that data on a monthly basis, and we pore over the data. It's like incredible what you get back, the trends that we can call out, the signs of engagement, the pivots in our marketing strategy because of the data that we're seeing from HubSpot.
Yeah.
All of the power is in that.
Yeah.
But then the impact that it's having on our marketing programs, whether we're shifting things like subject lines of emails because we're seeing better signs of engagement, if we're playing around with call to actions and messaging, because from that we're seeing more signs of click-throughs from the email to drive potential customers to the website where we're wanting them to take an action. It's customer behavior and human insight, isn't it, that's then shaping the work that we produce.
It's kind of, supercharging our analysis, right? So we know what we're looking for, but there's always a limited amount of time allocated to be able to do that. And now the AI tools allowing us to do much more with that time and improve the quality of the analysis, or certainly the breadth of the analysis.
100%. And like when we look at indicators that would mark what we would classify as a marketing qualified lead, or someone that's showing signs of engagement that we think could be a potential prospect to pass on to sales, you and I sit down and we knock heads and we have a base plate of signs of engagement, like opening of emails, time on website, recency on website, purchase behavior, that type of thing. But us and HubSpot's AI is, as you said, supercharged. So they even have predictive lead scoring, which throws up its algorithm of markers that maybe you and I hadn't thought of, or we can consider, or we can go, no, that's not quite right. But it's just sort of another smart head in the room, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It really is amazing. So if we have the HubSpot CRM set up in such a way that tracks user engagement all the way from their first contact with our brand, they might have clicked on an ad or seen a social post from us or something, and then the levels of engagement in various types with our website, with people within the business as time goes on. And then we actually have it set up in such a way that we can see sales come in. We can then attribute source types, the types of activity that we're undertaking, the critical moments in sales process, all of these things very logically to determine what works best. And what AI can do is help us to, again, supercharge the analysis that's undertaken across all of that. So purchase intent can start to get really well understood by the robot. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And then we know we want more of those people and less of the others.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because it's not just what you do, it's who you've got, right? That's
yeah,
all value as well.
exactly. And back to that efficiency story, it's not just about output and the more that we can make, but it's about also spending marketing budget efficiently. When we drill down and we know exactly as you said, the sources, what's working well, then we can tip a bit more of the budget into that because we know it's converting faster and better quality leads. It just takes the guesswork out of it, doesn't it?
Yep, sure does.
So as we're talking about HubSpot and the advancements that we're seeing in the AI that they're using, so HubSpot Copilot, where it will pop up on the page and offer you the ability to chat with HubSpot Copilot as if you're chatting to the types of a chat GPT. So you can ask it questions, you can ask it to create reports, and it will recommend, filters and criterias. You can get it to make lists for you. You can get it to analyze a contact's profile. To give you a quick synopsis, that's using their Breeze intelligence to bring up, it's sort of like data enrichment really, and giving salespeople a more efficient view of the sort of key stories for those contacts and what they should be having conversations with them about. Then they also have Breeze agents, which helps with automated tasks, setting up workflow, those types of efficiencies. And then what's in beta at the moment is called Remix. And that's a sort of content creation AI tool where, for example, if I'm creating a campaign and I start with an email, I'll hit the remix button and pick the other marketing mediums that I might want to turn that into, like a blog or a landing page or a social post. And within seconds, it will create a pretty sharp suite of materials that then we can go in and edit and tweak, but it sort of does that base plate pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's a really key point, right? Is that all the AI tools will do as good a job as the brief. Just like you and I, when we're talking about doing a job, we talk to each other about what we're trying to accomplish. and we make sure that we're aligned on our understanding and we got all the inputs that we need to do a really good job. And AI is exactly the same. Unless it's set off in the right direction, you will get a very ordinary result, very vanilla. It can even make stuff up, so it's not perfect, but when you brief it really well, you set it free to do what it does best at pace, and then get that information back and make it perfect it, if you like. Then you end up with a bundle of content which is high quality and has been produced in a fraction of the time it would have taken previously.
Another way that we're using AI in marketing is SEO, keyword analysis, helping not only create our target topic focuses, but making sure that we're chasing after the appropriate keywords with the right amount of search volume that are competitive. So that's been really helpful as well, hasn't it, Stu?
It really has. Again, this is an example of where there's lots of data to look at. And what we always need to do in the interest of time is to simplify. And the AI tools are enabling us to do a lot of that heavy lifting at the front end in a much shorter period of time and getting a better result because of it.
So Stu, how can we help people to make this happen? How can they get the most out of AI tools in their marketing?
Yeah, that's a really great question, Im. The hardest part is always getting started. So what we do is that we set up a program. We understand what the business is trying to achieve. We approach it in the same way we approach everything, right? That is, what is the business trying to achieve? What are the highest traction and reward ways that we can apply this? So that includes all of the normal go-to-market stuff that we do across marketing and sales, but also starting to look at the productivity elements of that as well. What are you spending your time on? What can we help you save money on? What analysis are you not doing? And then we can start to build up models, repeatable ways of handling that kind of analysis, that processing of information, that content production, whatever it might be, using the AI tools.
Yeah. We know that AI is here to stay and it's only getting smarter and better. So we encourage our listeners to play around with AI tools like ChatGPT, Copilot. If you haven't got a CRM, trial HubSpot. They've got free programs that you can have a play with it to see if it suits your business, and just get playing with the prompts and exploring how it might help your business and your marketing programs. And if not, you can always talk to us because we'd love to be able to help you.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for introducing this topic today, Im. It's fantastic, and thanks to everybody for joining us on The Bond.
The Bond is brought to you by Point & Consulting. We're a marketing and sales consultancy based in Sydney, Australia. We help ambitious businesses to unlock customer value by transforming their marketing and sales, from strategy to process, execution, and automation. We like to help good people do better.